Hello everyone, a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. This is your host Vaibhav. In today's session of JForex Indicators Explained, I will be making you familiar with indicators named as Kaufman's efficiency ratio. From the name, you can make a guess that its developer's name was Kaufman. He designed this indicator to figure out the opportunities in market in line with the volatility scenario. If the price moves are rather sideways, there is not much of an volatility. In that case, these indicators output will be converging closer to zero, and if there is a strong trend, either positive or negative, bullish or bearish, we will have these output values clearly indicating the direction as well as the strength of the trend. So these indicator which gives you the momentum along with the strength of the momentum, so it becomes much more useful to trade using this indicator. So let us now head to the JForex for the newly released trading platform from the Dukascopy Bank SA. This is the GBP USD chart with each candle period defined at 5 minutes. I am now going to change it to most commonly traded, most liquid currency instrument, that is Euro USD. Here you can find these indicators simply by a quick search. We have two indicators of Kaufman series on the platform. I had explained to you this another one, Kaufman's adaptive moving average, long back when we were considering various types of moving averages. Now it is the turn of the efficiency ratio. Let's see what it stands for and how we can take advantage of this indicator to figure out the optimum trading opportunities. This is a bounded indicator. Its output can vary from 100 on the higher side to minus 100 on the lower side. The output can't go beyond that as per the design. This is a kind of a oscillator. We have seen various oscillators like RSI, CCI, and various other such indicators. There is one more oscillator which gives you the direction of the trend. Now, if we look at the Euro USD's chart and this output value, here if we take 0 as a critical marker, below 0, we consider the market sentiments to be bearish, and above 0, the market sentiments are considered bullish. Here, we had the change of momentum in yesterday's session, 16th May, around 16 GMT, and afterwards this KER value has consistently remained in the negative territory, denoting the undertone being bearish. Prior to that, when this momentum was more inclined on the upside, we had these output values consistently on the higher side, though the momentum wasn't really strong. So here, if you look at this conjunction of the price action along with this output value, you will clearly notice that the momentum was not strongly bullish, but it was more of an consolidation phase with the undertone being bullish. So you get to know how things are shaping up. If the momentum is strongly bullish or bearish, we can simply look at these output parameters and gauge from it how things are shaping up, and also we can look at the direction of this efficiency ratio. If it is in negative territory and it is downward, its output is in decline. That means the bearish trend is getting stronger, and vice versa is for bullish trend. If we have the Kaufman's efficiency ratio output above 0 and it is rising, then it is considered bullish, and it is getting more bullish. So that is the simple logic, simple reading of this indicator. So there is not much of an complexity in interpreting this indicator. All you have to do is keep an eye on the output value. These two levels, one on the higher side with the output value of 30 and another one on the lower side with output value of minus 30, are simply there for marking this end of the consolidation phase on both the sides. If we see that the output value is now dipping below 30, that means simply means the market is getting in a zone. It is trying to leave the consolidation phase with bearish undertone to get into a strongly bearish phase. So we might think about getting involved for a bearish ride for a short sale trade. We can think about going for the initiation of the trade, and when having stayed in negative territory, if this output value starts to rise again, that might be the time for profit booking. We should not go for initiating a trend in a opposite direction. It is better to go with the trend, as per the classic saying, trend is your friend. So we will do well to stick to that and simply go for the trades with the trend. And if we feel that the trend is likely to end, then we might even think about going for a profit booking, but not the trade in opposite side. We should wait it out and allow things to get in a stronger zone, get in a situation where the momentum is strongly on the opposite side. That is, we will need to wait for this KER output to cross above this higher band of 30 on the positive side. Of course, you can vary these figures. These are the levels which can be customized. You can go for different settings. Even you can opt for the settings like 50 on both the sides, minus 50 on the lower side, and positive 50 on the higher side. So that can also be done. So that is all up to you. These are simply for making the interpretation of the output value simple. We can utilize this zero as a decisive factor, as I said. But then we have three phases in the market: the sideways, the momentum is strong, or whether the things are simply going sideways, and then you can think about going for the new trade, the new trading opportunities in light of these output values. Let us now look at the customization, what we can do in terms of the customization with this indicator. If you go for edit indicator option, you can always vary its calculation value, its calculation period, and along with that, you can also go for other customization, which I will explain to you once we get this customization panel up and running. Okay, here it comes. So you can go for different applied prices. You can go for close price, open price, high price, low price, median price, typical price, weighted close price. All these possibilities are there. The calculation period can also be varied. So we have this calculation period of 20, which we can change. If you think that it is not responsive enough, then you can go for a lower calculation period. So with lower calculation period, the data points which are used for calculating the indicators will be much less, so it will become much more responsive. And if you increase instead of 10, say for example you go for a 100 reading, then you will have lot higher stability in this output value. You will see this output value rarely going for extreme output values, because there will be a lot more stability, and only in extreme cases when there is substantial deviation we will see these KER output values deviating significantly from this value of 0. Now I am going to revert back to default setting of 20. Also, if you try out these various applied prices, you will notice that the plotting of the indicator is going to change. The direction is going to be the same more or less, but we will have these Plotting slightly varying with these input parameter changes. Output, if you are not really happy with this color combination, you can go for different color combinations. So all these possibilities are here. Styling combination can also be varied. Same applies for width and transparency factor, which can be increased if you feel that it is looking too prominent on the chart and you want to reduce the transparency. Levels, you can vary the levels as well. You can change these three predefined levels as per your requirement, but I would suggest keep zero as it is. Maybe you can tinker with these other two trajectories, other two bands on the higher and lower side as per your trade setup, but zero is considered as a marker of things turning bullish and bearish depending on how the output value is shaping up. The advanced calculation option, we calculate on new candle only. So if you opt in for this, the output value will get locked in at the first instance when new candle takes shape on the chart. Highlight the time period zone, whatever is your calculation period, it will be highlighted. So it becomes much easier for you to notice what is your calculation period. The customization can also be done in terms of the instrument, candle period, and spread side. This doesn't really make much of a difference in terms of the candle period. You can change and go for different candle periods. You can have these different setups regardless of what is the charts candle period. You can vary the calculation candle period. So here, now that I have opted for 15 minutes as the candle period for this indicator, we will have this calculation reworked as I have reduced the candle period from hourly to 15 minutes, even though the chart is still the same of hourly. So we will have this plotting looking a lot more different than what it was earlier. Okay, now again we are going to revert back to use from the chart. Side, as can be, two options are there. Slight change will be observed when you change the spread side. Show indicator on all the candle periods, whatever is your time frame. You can have this indicator on that particular time frame, but not on the other if you opt in for this option. If you specify on certain time frames, these indicators should be visible, but not on the other. Now that we have opted for only hourly and 5 minutes, only on those two time frames, this indicator will appear on the chart, but not for other time frames like 4 hourly, daily, or weekly. But if I go back to 5 minutes, we will have the plotting of the KR back on the chart. So that's how this indicator works out. So that's all from my side for today's session. If any of you have any query or any idea to share, do write to me in the feedback and I will be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Let us now take a look on the recently added feature of hotlist where you can have the actively traded stocks of the day or for that matter even hour, weekly, monthly, even 3 months time frame. You can look at the buzzing stocks which are moving sharply, which are gaining or losing substantially. So these are actively traded stocks, and you can think about going for the new trade positions with these shares which are having increased volatility, thus giving you a lot more opportunity to profit from these fast moving stocks. This feature has been added. Do check it out and see how you can utilize this feature to figure out the best possible trading opportunities in various shares. The stocks traded around the world are included in the list. The stocks which are available on the platform have been included. So give it a try and also let me know how it works out for you. Now it's time for me to wrap up the session. I will be back tomorrow with a equally interesting indicator to work with in next session. So do come back. See you next time around. Thank you all for joining in. Have a fabulous day ahead. Goodbye.